What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Tinderbox as part of my Does It Suck series. The Tinderbox is a unique bandit pistol that drops from Captain Flint or is available from a snowman the first time you arrive in the Tundra Express. This weapon is always going to be in fire element. It has the red text, good for starting fires. It also consumes 2 ammo per shot, and it is going to have a large magazine size being a bandit pistol. However, it has a very mediocre damage and fire rate, and it has a poor accuracy, which is amplified by the fact that it shoots slow-moving, arcing projectiles. And it's a little bit subtle, but you'll notice as I shoot this weapon here that the rounds actually jump up in the arc and then begin to arc downward. So coming out of the weapon, they arc up and then arc down, which makes it very difficult to aim. When enemies are close to you, you have to aim a little bit low in order to hit their critical spot, and when they're further from you, you have to aim high. And because of that, this weapon is cumbersome and awkward to use. There are some other weapons in the game that are very powerful but awkward to use, like the Pimpernel, Becca, and Longbow, for example. Obviously, the Pimpernel requires you to shoot low to get maximum effectiveness. The Becca requires you to be a certain distance away before the extra pellets will spawn in. And the Longbow is awkward to aim because it doesn't have scope, and it has slightly arcing and slow-moving projectiles of its own. However, these 3 weapons are very, very powerful, and there are other weapons in the game that are like that. So powerful that they make up for their awkwardness to use. The Tinderbox is not one of those weapons. It is both difficult to use and rather weak, and because of that, it's a pretty poor weapon. We're going to get started here in the Bloodshot Stronghold and see if we're able to kill enemies with it. I should also mention that I noticed I was unable to spec into velocity with this weapon to make up for the slow-moving projectiles, because that made the arc more extreme and more pronounced, and thus the gun was even more difficult to aim than when I had 0 points in velocity. This is the skill build that I will be using with this weapon. I am going to use a legendary Killer Calm and Bone of the Ancients, so hopefully when we do manage to hit critical hits, that we'll at least do a little bit of damage. So we'll see what kind of enemies spawn in here for us, and if we're able to actually kill them and stuff. Got some good backpedaling bandits right away. Usually lunatics are pretty easy to hit critical hits on, but the Tinderbox, can make any enemy difficult to actually score critical hits on. So we'll keep that in mind. Obviously, because it has such slow-moving projectiles and stuff, it is much more difficult to actually track moving enemies, which there will be a lot of in the Bloodshot Stronghold. The enemies backpedal pretty well in here, so that'll be something to watch out for. Let's find those marauders, and we'll kill them and go ahead and get ready to try to get critical hits with the Tinderbox by getting Slag and Kunai on these enemies while we're in Deception. Now, you'll notice that even when I was just trying to slag an enemy, that the Pimpernel did an extreme amount of damage to that guy there. And again, sorry, I just aim for the sweet spot out of habit. And theoretically, you could get decent at aiming with the Tinderbox as well, even though it wouldn't really be worth it because the Tinderbox is not very powerful. We're going to let the Lunatic Bomber kill himself here. And then we're going to get Slag on this guy. Hopefully we can kill him here to activate Grim, because we did catch a corrosive damage over time, unfortunately. So we're going to have to find that bandit that has the probably Malawan SMG. That's what it looks like to me, at least from here. And get ready to kill him before he applies too much damage over time to us. We killed him with melee. Yeah, he needed to die, though, because he was probably going to kill us with that. You'll notice that an Ironclad will be a good demonstration of just how difficult this weapon is to hit critical hits with. Usually lunatic-type enemies are pretty difficult to, or pretty easy, rather, to hit critical hits with. But even against them, the Tinderbox awkwardness can make it difficult. So we'll get Slag and Kunai on this guy and get prepared to hopefully kill him. But obviously he is only weak to fire in his head and actually resisted in all other spots. So if I don't manage to get critical hits, this guy will be very, very difficult to actually kill. Luckily, we did go ahead and finally kill him. So that was good. We'll get ready to kill the Bone Crusher here as well. Bone Crushers have fairly easy to hit critical hit spots, so it should be relatively simple to go ahead and kill him. Oh dang, might die here. I did get Slag and the bullets were coming in pretty quickly, but we're gonna be okay. Cool. So we're killing enemies, but it's, pretty difficult. The weapon comes to you pretty early in the game. Obviously, Captain Flint is like the second boss, and or third, I guess, if you go ahead and do the side quest for Midgmong, or depending on when you do the side quest for Midgmong, I should say. And you know, it's just probably meant as kind of a one-off weapon to demonstrate that certain bosses are going to drop blue weapons that are unique to them and stuff, and also maybe to introduce fire weapons to the game, because I think it's a guaranteed fire weapon drop and stuff like that, and you may have not found a fire weapon up to that point. However, the weapon is just pretty poor. This guy might be extremely difficult to actually get critical hits on or kill with the Tinderbox, because obviously his critical hit spot is higher than most, and he moves very quickly, and he has a lot of health, and his melee range is quite obnoxious. So this guy may end up killing us here, but we'll try to deal with him. I'm going to lead him way far back here so that hopefully the gun enemies that were spawned with him do not follow us all the way back here, and we'll be able to deal with him kind of by his lonesome, because he is going to be so tough. Just keep getting critical hits, or trying to get critical hits on him here. Got him probably to about a third health now. Hopefully the lag caused by the save station here doesn't end up killing us, or helping him kill us. But it might. We're getting him slightly lower on health. Obviously the kunai and slag grenades have been helping do a little bit of damage as well, even though the slag grenades haven't been slagging him as much as I would like. So unfortunate now that the gun enemies have got all the way to us, and his extremely obnoxious melee range has just done a significant amount of damage to us, but we did finally manage to kill that guy, so that was good. I'll try to get to where these guys can't shoot me here by creating a weird angle for them and getting my decoy out here, and I'll throw a grenade and we'll try to kill this guy here. So that was good. We may end up surviving this little onslaught. But basically it shouldn't be that difficult to take out you know, what was that? A Marauder and a Nomad, along with one super badass, or ultimate badass rather, lunatic. And you'll notice that I'm also down to, like, what is that, 260 rounds of ammunition left out of 900. So even though pistols have a pretty deep ammo pool, because the Tinderbox is difficult to aim and does relatively low damage and stuff, and consumes 2 ammo per shot, it will be rather ammo inefficient. So overall, the Tinderbox is a bad weapon. It is not very good at all. I would say that it does indeed suck. You obviously get it early in the game. Maybe it's not meant to be that powerful, but it's definitely not. I think there should be 2 more enemies in this hallway, and that's all I'll be killing with this weapon, because, you know, it's so bad that I'm kind of tired of playing with it, and I think I've given you guys a pretty good demonstration that the weapon does indeed suck quite badly. So, as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. Wow, am I going to die right here? Because I'd really appreciate that as well. Otherwise, you know, I do thank you very much for watching. I'll give you one more quick look at the Tinderbox here before we go. I was using it with the Bandit grip and damage prefix. So, like I said, guys, thanks for watching, and I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.